Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata-sevayā. Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki. Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajeshatanaya Stadhama Vrindavanam. Ramya Kachitupasana Vrajavadhu Vargena Vakalpita. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Pumartho Maha. Śrī Caitanya-Mahāprabhur Matamidam Tatradharana Para. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, we are reading Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Canto 10, Chapter 42, entitled The Breaking of the Sacrificial Bow. So, we are reading the first section, which is the Krishna's blessing upon Kubja or Trivakra. How the Supreme Lord showered mercy upon Trivakra. And we were reading yesterday the first 6 verses. So we'll try to complete this section today. It has 14 verses. By understanding what happened to Trivakra further. So yesterday we learned that she was Trivakra, bent at 3 places: neck, chest, and waist. And she was the servant of King Kamsa. And she was expert in making these ointments and applying them. So Krishna asked, give us these ointments, and she happily gave those, and the Lord was very, very happy. Prasanno Bhagavan Kubjam. The Lord was very happy upon Kubja or Trivakra, and she did not have any fear. So the Lord decided to straighten the hunchback girl, and that's what we read yesterday. We'll see what happens now from text 7. Padhyam akramya prapade dri anguli uttana paninya pragrya chibuke adhyatmam udanina mad achyutah. Translation by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Pressing down her toes with both his feet, Lord Achyuta placed one upward pointing finger of each hand under her chin and straightened up her body. Haribol. So, the Lord, the very finger he used to kill the washerman. So he put the finger and सीधा कर दिया. One put her feet on Kubja's toes, right, and straightened her up, straightened her body. The Lord is expert in straightening us. So, Kṛṣṇa Thakur mentions pressing down on the front of Kubja's feet with his 2 feet. Kṛṣṇa held her chin with 2 upward pointing fingers and pulled her body up. So, very nice verse. The first surgery without any anesthesia, perhaps. No. The Lord is, time and again we see like can any best of the doctors in the world, can they perform like surgery like this? The patient, for a tiny surgery, for a tiny process, they have to go through so much, and then there is a post recovery, and it never gets back to natural thing. But the Lord like instantaneously straightened her up. This is the magnanimity. This is the power. This is the magic of the Supreme Lord. Okay, there's no other purport, so we'll move on to text 8. Anyone would like to read, please?
I can read Prabhuji.
Yes, ma'am.
Sa tadaraju samanangi brachorini payodara mukunda sparshanat sadyo babuva pramadotama babuva pramadotama. Translation by devotees of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Simply by Lord Mukunda's touch, Trivikra was suddenly transformed into an exquisitely beautiful woman with straight, evenly proportioned limbs and large hips and breasts. Hare Krishna.
Very bold. Thank you so much, Mataji, for reading. So the Lord can do any miracle. Nothing is impossible for him. Mukunda Sparshanat, by the touch of Lord Mukunda. We know by the touch of Lord Mukunda, Govardhan Parvat, became so ecstatic. The rainfall could not do anything. Indra's harsh rainfall. Anyone who gets the touch of the Lord, their life will straighten up. And in Kali Yuga, the same Lord has come to give his divine touch to all of us in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with the weapon. And what is that weapon? The holy name. Sango Pangastra Parshadam Yagye Sankirtana Praye Rijanti Hi Sumedasa. He has come to give us, to purify us, to kill our bad propensity, to kill this hunch as we were reading. This hunch represents what? Who knows the answer? Why was Kubja hunched? So Kubja represents Prithvi. What does this hunchback represent?
The burden of the bad kings and the demonic people.
Yeah, the burden which is torturing Kubja. So we are also tortured by our own bad inside, the good and the bad inside. And we become crooked, we become hunchback, we become critical, we lose our simplicity, we lose straightforwardness, right? By the evil habits, by the bad habits, by the evil mindset, propaganda. Therefore, we need the touch of Kṛṣṇa. in our lives, to straighten up, to be straightforward, to be simple-hearted, to be non-duplicitous, to be non-envious, etc. Immediately, Kubja was transformed into a most beautiful woman with straight, even limbs. So earlier, her body was not very beautiful. So her body, all the features were very well defined, and she was very, very beautiful. How? Mukunda Sparshanat. That was the primary reason. So we should also aspire to stay in connection or touch, and then we will also become beautiful. Srila Prabhupada, when he came to the West, he was dealing with hippies who were not beautiful. Beautiful in the sense their habits, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Those were their habits. Very unclean, very unhygienic. They were hardly, bathing in weeks. Drugs, long hairs, improper clothing. Everything was totally opposite of Vedic culture. But when the same people got in touch with Kṛṣṇa, Mukunda Sparshanat, people said, "Oh, you look so beautiful." Beautiful, pure, elegant by the touch of Lord Mukunda. So we'll also become perfect by the touch of the divine, inside and outside. Any other comments anyone has? Yes, next verse, text 9.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanvat Pranam.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
try. Text 9. Tato rupa guna dharya sampanna prahake savam utaryantam akshra smayanti jata hrischaya. Translation by the disciple of His Divine Grace, Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Now endowed with beauty, character, and generosity, Trivakra began to feel lofty desires for Lord Kesava. Taking hold of the end of his upper cloth, she smiled and addressed him as follows. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Okay, next verse. Andaviharini Mataji, want to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Ye hi viragraham yamo natvam त्र्यक्तुम् इहोत्सहे चयोन्मथित चित्ताय प्रसीद पुरुषार्षभ. Translation by Śrīla Prabhupada disciple, Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai. Trivakra said, "Come, O hero, let us go to my house. I cannot bear to leave you here. O best of males, please take pity on me since you have agitated my mind." Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti supplies the following conversation. Krishna, is it for the purpose of dining that you are inviting me to your house? Trivakra, I simply can't leave you here. Krishna, but people here on the King's Road will misconstrue what you are saying and laugh. Therefore, please don't speak like this. Trivakra, I can't help being agitated. You made the mistake of touching me. It's not my fault. Thank you, Prabhuji.
We know this, the Lord is so beautiful and the best of all. Prahlad was asked, "Hey, why are you attracted to Krishna?" Said, like, Krishna is like magnet. My heart is like iron. Iron is naturally attracted to magnet. Lord Shiva, when he saw Mohini Murti, he was running after Mohini Murti. When the sages of Dandakaranya saw Lord Ram, the sages, they were attracted to Lord Ram, and they became later the Rishachari gopis. So this is not mundane lust, a young boy getting attracted to a young girl or a young girl getting attracted to a young boy. This is pure love. Rather, we should feel pity on our own self if we are not attracted to the Lord and we are attracted to the mundane things of the world. Lord Shiva, the sages of Dandakaranya, Prahlad, etc. These are pure devotees. And even, of course, by Mukunda Sparsha, this Kubja also became such a great soul. And the greatness, like following the Gopi Bhava, she is attracted to the Supreme Lord. And that is the natural constitutional position of all the jivas. What is that? Jivara Swarup hai Krishna and Nitya Das, to serve Krishna in different rasas. So ISKCON Thakur also explained this side conversation in between the lines, what's happening. So in short, we see in these two verses, Kubja is attracted to the Supreme Lord, which is the real dharma of everyone. 11, text 11, please. Anyone? Yes, yes, Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam to everyone. Shri Prabhupada. Evam striya yajyayam manaha Krishno Ramasya pashyataha mukham vikshyanu gopanam prahasmastam uchayaham. Translation by Shri Prabhupada devotees ki jai. Thus entreated by the woman, Lord Krishna first glanced at the face of Balarama, who was watching the incident, and then at the face of the cowherd boys. Then, with a laugh, Krishna replied to her as follows. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhu, for reading this section. Mukham Vikshanu. Krishna said to Balram, Mukham Vikshanu. So sometimes we speak with our eyes, right? Has anyone done that? Say yes.
Of course, Prabhu. A lot of times.
Right?
Visual
he's saying,
expressions.
yes, facial expressions, eye expressions. He's saying, oh, Daoji, why aren't you and all the boys laughing? Can't you see? This is not a woman, but Hasya Rasa personified. Or else Krishna is saying this is the sum total of the laughter within the city of Mathura making itself known here. So as we say that Krishna gave the Hasya Rasa to his friends through his Leela. The Madhurya Rasa to Kubja and the Hasya Rasa to the friends. Krishna, with a laugh, replied to her. Let's see what he replied. Who would like to read text 12?
I'll read.
Yes, Manoj.
Yasyami te griham subhru pumsam adi vikarsanam sadithartho grihanam na
panthanam tam parayanam. Translation by the disciples of Sri Bhakti A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O lady with beautiful eyebrows, as soon as I fulfill my purpose, I will certainly visit your house, where men can relieve their anxiety. Indeed, you are the best refuge for us homeless travelers. Purport. By the word Agrahanam, Sri Krishna indicated not only that he had no fixed residence, but also that he was not yet married. Hare Krishna.
Krishna is witty. Right? So he's saying that, okay, I'll come to you after fulfilling our purpose. What was the purpose? Fulfilling my purpose? What is it referring to here?
Healing cancer.
Killing Kamsa, yes. And Krishna told someone else also the same thing. I'll come to your home after fulfilling the purpose. Who was that personality?
Akrura.
Akrura, yes. Akrura also invited as they entered Mathura. Akrura brought Krishna and Balaram. He said, please come. But Krishna said, okay, we'll come later. So Krishna is saying, oh, I'm a bachelor, right? I'm not yet married, so no fixed residence. Panthana, we are traveling on the road. Whoever gives shelter, we go there. So in this way, Krishna indicated that after killing Kamsa, we'll come to your house. I'll come to your house. You are the supreme shelter of us, unmarried men. Krishna, though one person, used the word plural, na, to create respect for himself as the prince in Kubja's mind. By saying we are travelers, Panthanam, Krishna replied, in the village of Vrindavan there are many affectionate Rajagopis who have deep love for me, but I do not know anyone in this Mathura city. You are the only lady I have met who is attracted to me. Thus, Krishna hints that he is attracted to Kubja by describing Kubja as one who relieves the men of distress, Adhi Vikshranam, and by using the plural form of travelers, Krishna deludes Balram and Gopas so that they think that he is insulting and putting off this ignorant lady and not actually accepting Kubja's advances. So Krishna is very, very smart. So in one way he's saying, yes, I'll come. In one way he's saying to Krishna, to Balram and others, no, I'm not going there. Right? Krishna is tricky, naughty. The best of all rasik, the best of all rasas Krishna can display. Okay, next verse. Who has not read, please read. Anyone who has not yet got a chance. And we have a very special topic, so let's move further. Please, Preeti Mataji, Surama Mataji, would like to read. Okay, we'll go for seconds then. Second service. Anyone?
Yes, Prabhuji.
I can read Prabhuji.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Surama Mataji, then.
I'm trying to increase the font. Vishrija madhavya vanya tamrajan margi pathe nano payana tambula sangathe sagrajo architaha. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Leaving her with these sweet words, Lord Krishna walked further down the road
The merchants along the way worshipped him and his elder brother by presenting them with various respectful offerings, including pan, garlands, and fragrant substances. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Leaving her with the sweet words, Kṛṣṇa walked further. And there come the merchants who offered different things. What all they offered? Pan, garlands, and fragrant substances. Quite straightforward here. Keyword here is Madhya Vanya. So this is something very practical in our lives. We should always treat everyone with this. Madhya Vanya. What does that mean? Sweet words. We should not use agitating words. We should not use unkind words. Charu chitram padam shlakshnam mrishtam gudam aviklavam sarvesham upakar-artham tada anuvadan eva. We should always try to speak sweet words. Lord Ram spoke sweet words. Madhura, Madhura Vachan, Madhu. Okay. Text 14. Anyone would like to read? And this will be the last verse for today. Then the theme changes from next verse. Tadarshana smara kshobhad atmanam navidan striyaha vistrista vasa kvarva kukkavara valaya likhya. The sight of Kṛṣṇa aroused Cupid in the heart of the city women. Thus agitated, they forgot themselves. Their clothes, braids, and bangles became disheveled, and they stood as still as figures in a painting. Śrī Caitanya Thakur states that since the women of Mathura immediately experienced symptoms of conjugal love when they saw Kṛṣṇa, they were the most advanced devotees in the city. The 10 effects of Cupid are described as follows. Chakshu Ragaha, Chitta Asangas, Tato Atha Sankalpah, Nidra Cheda, Tanu Ta, Vishaya Nivritti, Tripa Nasaha, Unmadho, Murucha, Mritte iti etaha, Smara Dasa, Dasaiva Syu. Dasheva Syu. These are the 10 effects of Cupid. We'll understand this a little bit more. First comes the attraction expressed through the eyes, then intense attachment in the mind, then determination, loss of sleep, becoming emaciated, disinterest in external things, shamelessness, madness, becoming stunned, and death. These are the 10 stages of Cupid's effects. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur also points out that devotees who possess pure love of Godhead generally do not exhibit the symptom of death, since this is inauspicious in relation to Kṛṣṇa. They do, however, manifest the other 9 symptoms, culminating in becoming stunned in ecstasy. Haribol. Very powerful verse. So let's try to, and I've shared a picture also. It's a little bit blurred, but this is the picture I'm referring to. I shared in the group. The chakshuragaha, the first effect, attraction through the eyes. Can anyone give an example where someone got attracted to someone through the eyes? Ajamil, right? Classic example. Ajamil, let's analyze this story. Ajamil, he saw the prostitute and got so attracted. And this, if you try to link to Bhagavad Gita 2.62, Dhyayato Vishayam Pumsa Sangasteshu Pajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodho Vijayate Krodhat Bhavati Sammoha Sammoha Smriti Vibhramaha Smriti Brahmasad Buddhi Nasha. Right? So quite similar progression there as well. Ravana also we see similar progression. Now Ajamil saw that lady Chakshuraga Chitta Sanga, Chitta mein sama gaye, thinking of her all the time in the mind. Now when Kama is directed toward Krishna, it's no more Kama, it becomes Prema. Atmendra Priti Vancha Tare Bole Kam Krishnera Priti Ichha Dhare Premana. That is the classic definition of lust versus love. Lust is for one's own senses, but to serve Krishna's senses, it becomes love. So attachment in the mind. Then sankalpa. No, I want. Jamil, no, I want. By heaven or hell, by hook or crook, I want that lady. Kicked out his own wife. Loss of sleep. बोलते हैं रात की नींद दिन का चैन सब खो गया. It comes from shastras. People thinking of that, and lust, this could be towards opposite gender, it could be towards things. People lose their sleep over business, over money, over gold, over things. They can see nothing but that. Loss of sleep. Neend nahi aa rahi. Why? Because of attachment. I want to get that determination. I have hook or crook. Becoming emaciated. Emaciated is emaciated. What's that? खाना पीना भी छोड़ दिया. Like उसके लिए पागलपन. Right? They don't think anything, but they are thinking just about that object, that person. Visaya nivritti, disinterested in things. They lose focus from studies. They lose focus from work. They lose focus from family. Ajamil lost all those things. Good wife, not interested. Good family, not interested. Good habits, gave all that. Shameless. Tripana nasha. Tripanasha. Lost all his. He was such a nice Brahminical boy. He was a nice cultured person, but shameless, doing all the wrong things. Why? Blinded. These are the effects of Cupid. Cupid makes us stupid, makes us shameless, mad, unmada. Mad after something, totally losing. Who's mad? Who loses one's intelligence? And finally becoming stunned. And what happens when it is towards material things? Ultimately the end, death. Now Jamil also was about to die. Somehow he remembered Narayana. But death was just waiting, one step away. Somehow Narayana saved him at the last step. But this step is not applicable for when it is in relation to Krishna. Devotees don't leave their body in this way. But now we see pure love. Let's see some example. As soon as the Mathuravasis they saw Krishna through their eyes, they became completely attached. They really wanted to be with him. Nothing else bothered. They didn't care. They were so stunned. They were wearing their upper garment on the lower body and lower garment on the upper body, and the makeup was half, the ornaments was half. They didn't care. They just ran and stunned to see Krishna. So you see, the same progression happens, but one is love and one is lust. So Srila Thakur is mentioning, and this is quoted in the purport as well. So quite interesting. The 10 effects of Cupid. Any thoughts, comments, reflections anyone has in this connection?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So Bilvamangal Thakur also comes in the same example when he was before getting Krishna's mercy.
Very nice. Yeah, Bilvamangal Thakur. You want to narrate his story through this progression?
Yeah, Bilvamangal Thakur also, like he saw the prostitute and his mind was always thinking, and he was determined, even though his father died, he did the funeral ceremony. Still, like he want to leave that place and he want to go to the prostitute. And when he was going, like everybody is looking at him, but still he didn't feel any shame or anything. So he was more attached to that lady. So, and he was always thinking about her. So he want to the same Dhyaita Vishan Pumsa. So he was so maddened that even though it was raining very heavily, and he wanted to go to her house, and she was thinking that he will not come because his father died and it's very heavy raining, and she closed the doors and all. But to climb to her house, so he hold the snake and he used that as a rope to cross to the wall, and he used that dead body also to cross the river in that heavy rain. So he was not worried about his death or anything. So that much attached he was having about that lady. That's it, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice example and the progression. So in short, we must be careful. What does this tell us? That basically lust, Cupid attacks us through eyes, or through, in Ravana's case, what happened? He heard about the beauty of Mother Sita through Shurpanakha. So it could attract through basically dhyayato vishayan pumsaha, right? Through these five, either of those five senses: seeing, touch, ears, nose, right? The deer example, nose. The elephant example, the touch. The female elephant touches the male elephant, and then she runs, and then he's running out, maddened after her, right? So we have to be careful. And knowing this would help. Oh, why I am madly running after this, why I am thinking about this object or this person more than it is required, why I'm getting attached to a thing or a person more than it is required. That is Cupid trying to make me stupid. So one has to be watchful of, these are the doors, right? These are the Gyanendriya. Like the example is given in the home, we may have 2-3 doors, right? And where do the people put the cameras in the home? On the doors, right? That means they don't want any inappropriate person to come inside any of the doors. Similarly, we should not allow any inappropriate words, content, criticism, and we must be watchful of what we hear, what we see, what we eat, whom do we associate with, because all that is going to go in, and it is going to either have a positive or a negative consequence. And in this day, especially living in a country like America, sometimes we may not be able to Like you may be walking on the road and you may see something bad, like a bad big hoarding or something. Then what to do? If we see something inappropriate, if we hear something inappropriate, what we should do next? Accidentally, it was not intentional, what we should do?
Chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Chant Hare Krishna, okay, good. Always chant Hare Krishna is always going to be a solution, and that is good, very nice. What else?
Not to contemplate much about it.
Yes, ध्यायतो विषयान् पुंसा. उन पे ध्यान नहीं देना. Even if we see, we have a choice. Ajamil saw. Did Ajamil intentionally go to see that episode in the jungle between that lady and the man? Was that his objective? Yes or no?
No, Prabhuji.
No. So it was intentional? It was not intentional, but it was accidental that he saw that. But he did contemplate on that. He started, oh, how I wish this wonderful lady would be my wife and we will have children and I would be with her like the other person, you know. So this is contemplation. That is our choice. Accidentally saying something may not be our choice. Accidentally hearing something sometimes may not be our, but do we entertain it? Do we take interest in it? Someone says something inappropriate and say, oh, और बताओ, और क्या हुआ? Yeah, ऐसा, you're right. You're contemplating. You're showing interest. You're showing eagerness. Then it will go in. Yato nischalati mana. Tatos, bring it back. Wherever the mind goes, if it is not in the right thing, bring it back. Otherwise, Cupid will make us stupid. These 10 effects, as we just read, no one is immune to it. If we think, oh, I'm a senior devotee, I'm initiated, I am in 10 years, 20 years, no, it won't affect me. Sorry. We are still in the material world. And Devi Esha Gunamai Mamma Duratya. Maya's energy is very, very strong. Know that famous story. Akbar Birbal story. I think they asked, Birbal was asked, when does the lust go? He said, no, it won't go till the last moment. Akbar said, really? It's hard to believe. He said, okay, come, let's go tomorrow and bring your daughter. And they went to a person who was at the deathbed, breathing his last few breaths. And daughter was very beautiful. And as soon as this person at the deathbed saw, oh, his eyes immediately went to the daughter. Oh, right? So one has to be very careful. No one is immune. Prabhupada, said to his disciples that we should be sufficiently be afraid of Maya. Krishna will protect, yes, but we should have a healthy fear also. That Maya is very strong. We cannot win over Cupid. Only if Krishna is totally on our side, only if we have held Krishna strongly, there is some hope. Otherwise, Cupid will certainly make us stupid. And when we say Cupid, when we say lust, we're not just referring to the opposite gender. Opposite gender, yes, that's the biggest one. And unfortunate, and to say that even, it could happen it happens everywhere. Someone will say, oh, I'm in the Grihastha ashram. Party. It happens in the Grihastha ashram also. So one has to be very careful, in short, and stay closely connected to Mukunda Sparsha. That is our only hope. Any comments before we pass for today?
Yes, Prabhuji, because this Ajamala story and Bilamanga Thakur, so they are having all these things. But once they realize that this is not the essence of their life, and they realized, and this prostitute itself became a guru for Bilamanga Thakur, and Ajamala got the second chance by seeing the Vishnu Dutas, and he completely changed his life. And Bilamanga Thakur also, he changed, and he's Kṛṣṇa, but he was ready to do anything. So he chose to remove his eyes to get attracted by the this opposite gender, and he composed so many songs. He became very great devotee of Lord Krishna. So we can change the lust to love by getting attracted towards Krishna.
Thank you. And then he became a great, great devotee, wrote wonderful bhajans, poems, etc. So that is the only hope, nothing else. So we saw how Kubja was transformed externally and internally, and her pure love towards Krishna was revived, and Krishna told, I will come. Krishna moves on. The women of Mathura are very attracted to Krishna. And why not? Krishna is so attractive. That is the natural property of the soul, to be attracted to Krishna. So we read till text 14. We'll see further what happens from text 15. Tomorrow I have another service, so we won't be able to read. And Friday we have another service at 8. So we'll read for 45 minutes starting at 7:15. I'll put in the group also, so you can. So no class tomorrow, and Friday 7:15 we will read from the next verse. Granthraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam Purana ki jai, Jagat Guru Śrīla Prabhupada ki jai, Samaved Kaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Daya Bhavane Vaishnava.
Namo Namaha.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji.